How do we give prayer in life? How do we do it? So you take this pasuk, right? Listen to heaven, hear heaven, listen to earth. There's two, and you say there's two ways. You just take that one pasuk. It's just that there's two ways of relating to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to God. There's a heavenly way and the earthly way. Then all of a sudden, take a sinner. You take a sinner.
This is a very, very advanced level of
No, it's not at all.
I'm saying if you're connecting with the heaven,
it's
people
very easy.
No,
it's very easy. You're taking one pasuk. It's mamish easy.
No, I'm just saying for the person out there that might be watching, or he might be thinking like, what's going on here? You have the heaven and you have the earth. People daven, they don't even think about it.
Okay,
they're trying
that's the thing. It's so easy. All you need to do is think about one pasuk. One pasuk can make it relevant. The whole davening comes to life around that one pasuk. You say, Yehi chved Hashem la'olam, Yismach Hashem b'ma'asav. Hashem's honor is forever. He rejoices in what He creates. So that's Aretz. That's earth. Ma'asav is what He did, physical. Yehi Shem Hashem b'barach me'atav, and Hashem say should be blessed forever. B'mizrach Shem Hashem b'vayah. From the sun rising to its setting. Again, Shemayim. Shemayim is spiritual, but why do we use a word? See, in Lashon HaKodesh, the same word to talk about the sky, heaven, is also is like the same thing. Shemayim is where the sun rises and sets, and the moon and the stars. It's not just spiritual Shemayim. It's the physical, but it's not our physical. It's heaven, because it's above us. So we're saying that all of these things that are above us, they're affecting us. Does the earth, does the moon and the sun not affect us? Obviously. So in a sense, that's what Hazino Shemayim, what Moshe was teaching us. That heaven is very close to you. The things that you know, when you look at the stars, the sky at night, and when you look at a sunset, and when you look at the moon coming out, that's Shemayim.
That's there for you.
And that's Hashem giving it to you, giving you His thing. And you just...
I like, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
It's like a quick saying. Reb Nachman said, did you look up at, I think it was Reb Nachman said it?
Yeah.
Reb Nosson?
Say what?
That you should look out, did you look at the sky today?
Yeah, I think it's Reb Nachman, I'm pretty sure it's Reb Nachman. He asked one of his Hasidim was like very busy or something. And this is what's going on. It's this and that, and this and that. It's this. You know, whatever, the chassid was busy with some,
business dealing.
So Sir Nachman says, listen, I can tell you, in 30, 40, 50 years, the stuff that you're worried about right now, it's going to be so gone. But the sky is going to be there. So look up at the sky. So it's a gewalt. You're looking at the sky. When I see the sky, all of a sudden now, I look at the sky and I daven, and I remember all the times I saw sunset, and it was awesome and beautiful, and it's Shemayim all of a sudden. It's heaven. It just goes on. The whole davening all of a sudden becomes full. One pasuk, one Ma'amar Chazal, one thing that the Gemara says can really make your davening last. So that's one thing. I learned it in Chabad with Chassidus, but it doesn't even have to be Chassidus. It can be anything that you find a little bit spirituality in Torah. You never know. I learned an amazing thing in the daf the other day. You know what it says? Listen to what it says. This is so amazing. And you know why it's so amazing to me? Because I daven with it. You understand? So it's not even it's a shtickle. It's a little agadata. It's in the Gemara Kedushin that talks about Mrs. Ha'ava Abed, Mrs. Abed Al-Av, what you have to do for your parents, what your parents have to do for you. So in that sugya, it's talking about Av Shemachal HaKvodo, Kvodo Machal. If a father or parent says, you don't have to give me the crown, you can sit in my place, I'd let you do it. So he's allowed to do it. What about a Rav Shemachal HaKvodo? So it's Machlokas. Nasi Shemachal HaKvodo, the head honcho. Melech Shemachal HaKvodo. Right? But here's what the Gemara says. The Gemara says something when you read it. You could daven It's not your whole lifetime, at least for a day of this. That's what I'm saying. It could be, you don't know what it is. So here's what it says. It says like this. It says, there's two things, there's two statements. The underlying point is the same. After this whole discussion about who could forgive their own honor, so Rabbi Yitzchak says, Tzaddik says, until when are you leaving behind honoring HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you're so involved in understanding which of the created people needs to be honored and how? Hashem makes the wind blow. He makes the rain fall. He provides the weather. He makes the earth sprout forth with herbs and grass and other things. And He sets your table before you. Everybody gets what they need to survive. In other words, what? In other words, Hashem deserves honor, right? But what nature provides is not. We don't see nature as like something independent. Nature, what nature provides, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is providing it. Hashem is making all those things happen. But what about His honor? How could He do that? We're talking about this Tana wouldn't, take food from that Tana because he said, and this one because it's not honorable to let a Rav, my teacher, serve me. But Hashem is doing it all the time. It means what? It means we always think of what happens in nature as if it happens. No, what happens in nature, that is God is doing that. Can you daven with that?
But a lot of what nature happens, like catastrophes and stuff, is a sign. Isn't that? That
all of a sudden. Let's talk about. I didn't have a catastrophe, Baruch Hashem, right? So I have food I ate today. Most people that have a catastrophe, they wake up about God. But I ate today. So then you daven and you say, Hameir Larson Darmalah. I mean, the davening, He illuminates the earth and those who dwell in it. So He renews the creation. Like you daven like that.
Right. So you should take it on your own level. That it's you got your food today. You're
and if you're in trouble, your davening is going to be even better. Because you're going to real davening is out of a need. So if you really want to really connect, the bigger tzaros you have going on in your life, the bigger problems you have, the more you feel, the more your davening is going to take off. So if you're down, that's the time to daven. That's the time to begin to pray. So,
because then it really comes from within.
Because it comes from your heart. Don't expect that every time you open up, you begin to, your heart is going to explode and you're going to have these fireworks. But that's the thing. You have to set up a pattern that you will have something happen to you more often than, more often. So Reb Nachman is Gewalt. Reb Nachman has that Torah about how to learn, and learning should be connected. That's the biggest problem in yeshiva world today. They don't know how to connect a black Gemara to the heart.
And also, I think I agree 100% with you, but I'm saying also the problem is with a lot of the yeshiva world is that they're focusing on the wrong things. I had some tough experiences with yeshiva, but they're focusing on literally a whole different characteristic.
Lashon Hara?
No, not Lashon Hara. It's just that the focus should be on tefillah, the focus should be on learning, and not on these small things, which a lot of yeshivas have these issues, like